Life before Miss Paltrow was hired was very different from now. I mean, life at school. The Jennies kept a tight lock on everything. A lot of the students were falling behind too, though at the time I thought it was because they weren't trying hard enough, or because they weren't smart. For all students though, including those we considered academic, there was hardly a person who didn't hate at least one of their classes. That was definitely true for me too. Mostly I was just bored.
The Jennies were the creation of the One-Type program, designed to mass-produce productive citizens in the dystopic school district. At the time of its conception, it was considered a cutting-edge advance in the field of teaching, and there were high hopes for its success. The program relied on Jennies, a slang term used to refer to the generic instructors built specifically to provide a uniform instructional experience to their pupils. The Jennies were considered to be a significant innovation, as it was not the Jennies themselves who were important, but the programming that had been developed for them. In this way, no matter where the generic instructor taught, success was guaranteed by the quality of their programmed routine. However, in the decades following the program's institution, little progress was made in the area of student performance. In fact, languishing students on average not only failed to improve, but instead slipped further into academic stagnation. Calls came for a change of program, but such an action appeared to have little hope of occurring. That is, until the unexpected malfunction of a generic English instructor forced administration to appoint an emergency human replacement, Miss Susan Paltrow.
I remember the first day she came into class. She seemed different somehow, not cold or mechanical. But after taking roll, she did something I hadn't seen any Jenny do ever. She asked us our favorite things to do over summer break. And at the time I was like, who does that? That's not a thing. But it kind of touched something in me. You know, it kind of made me want to give her a chance. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't want to give her a chance at all. But it turned out to be a sign of good things to come.
Although many obstacles continued to present themselves, Ms. Paltrow persisted, and over the next few months worked tirelessly to bring an 11th grade English class into a personal atmosphere. She pursued this by a process she calls differentiation, a philosophy of teaching that focuses on students as unique individuals, adjusting the learning experience according to students' needs in order to tap each pupil's learning potential. Paltrow's first series of lessons centered around George Orwell's novel 1984. An example of her differentiation in practice can be seen in the summative assessment she gave at the end of her unit. She provided students various project options, varied both in type and topic according to student interests and learning styles. Two of her students, Chelsea and David, are prime examples of this practice. For Chelsea, an aspiring fashion designer, a comparison of the character's clothing in 1984 with the styles of Orwell's time and trends today proved appealing. As a tactile kinesthetic learner, she was able to create an annotated sketch example, which she used to augment a short paper. David, a student concerned about big government, chose to compare the authoritarian governments of Orwell's time with that of 1984, and then draw parallels from them to events of today. Because David is a struggling learner, Paltrow provided him with pre-selected materials to supplement his research. This included YouTube videos and articles of a more moderate reading level. In order for him to grow, she still required him to find 2 outside sources on his own. Paltrow's teaching style revolutionized the school district. Within a few years, human teachers had replaced the entire staff of Jennies. Student performance climbed and surpassed pre-One-Type program levels. Success in higher education and future careers increased dramatically. It will always be a challenge, Paltrow says, but it's worth it.